Well, hello there. It has been almost 3 months since I last posted a video. That's my fault, not yours. Because I know what creates interest is posting once every 3 months gets people's interest up anyway. So I want to talk briefly this morning about a great article I'd saved that I finally got a chance to read this morning. It's called this Chicken Littles Are Ruining America: How Doomsaying Can Be a Self-Fulfilling Prophecy. It's in The Atlantic. Author David Brooks, who is always a good read. But he talks about the idea that he's not discounting the idea that there are certainly bad things going on in the world. For example, a couple quotes. He says this: for a government survey of 33,000 Americans found that both sides of the political debate believe that they are losing. Liberals think the country is moving right. Conservatives are convinced that the country is moving left. And whatever your perspective, everything appears to be going downhill, right? True story. He also goes into the article, talks about racism and wealth inequality, and how we always think these are things that were women's wages and motherhood, and the shocking idea that some women might be happy being a mother. He talks about education and the economy, all these things that we always hear this bad news about. And then there's another quote that I want to read to you about why this happens in our country. I've talked about this before, I realize that. He says, during the time of the McCarthy era, the theologian Reinhold Niebuhr, maybe not familiar to you, noticed that his fellow anti-communists were constantly demanding that the foe is hated with sufficient vigor, meaning you have to have an enemy, you have to hate them, right? He says it wasn't enough to disapprove of communism, one had to engage in collective moments of group hate. Meanwhile, on the left, intellectuals warned of a looming age of American fascism. Both sides were unhappy. He says this mode of escalating indignation led to what Niebuhr called apoplectic rigidity, an inability to see the world as it is, but rather only those nightmarish elements that justify the hatred and rage that are the source of your self-worth. I don't think Reinhold Niebuhr was ever on social media, but man, he nailed it. That sounds familiar, right? And Brooks goes on his article to talk about why we do this. It makes us, a conspiracy theory makes us feel smarter, if we're always pointing out the negative side of something that seems better. And then we get in this downward spiral of negativity. And I've talked about this before. But his point is that our obsession with posting and liking and commenting and watching and rewatching and focusing on these things distracts us from the good reality of things that are actually happening. And that's what he does in the articles. He talks about those things. And on those, I apologize for the phone ringing. On those topics above, he gives some good news that you won't see. And it reminded me of an old song, an old bluegrass song. If you've heard it, it was likely in the movie "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" Maybe you grew up with this song, but the song is called "Keep on the Sunny Side." Here's the lyrics. It says, "There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view." And the chorus is, "Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side, keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life." Now, the lyrics are very simple, but they are also very true. And as I said, I know I've talked about this topic before, but as I attempted to jump back into the dark waters of social media today, I wanted to bring a ray of light with me and some verses from the prophet Isaiah. In Isaiah chapter 8, I believe it is, verse 11 through 14, he says this: this is the prophet Isaiah, "The Lord spoke to me with his strong hand upon me, warning me not to follow the way of this people. He said, do not call conspiracy everything that these people call conspiracy. Do not fear what they fear, and do not dread it. The Lord Almighty is the one you are to regard as holy. He is the one you are to fear. He is the one you are to dread, and he will be a sanctuary." So let that be an encouragement to you today. I'd encourage you to go to read David Brooks' article if you have a subscription to The Atlantic. Maybe you can read it for free somehow. Anyway, the link to that is in the post details. Anyway, God bless you. Have a great day. And don't wait so long to see me next time. I'm just kidding. Hopefully it won't take me 3 months to post again. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.